Всем привет. Ну что, продолжим сегодня, наверное, вампир проходить. И как ни крути, крутая музыка в виолончели, как по мне. Вроде в виолончели. Продолжаем. Так, продолжить, да. По сюжеточке пойдем. Допки мы, по-моему, почти все прошли. Привет, Апок. Ах, так. А теперь вспоминаем. Так, да. Нам надо вот это найти. И сюда, да, найти этого священника, которого мы в самом начале спасли, по факту. Так, ладно, погнали сюда. Оборотень есть? Нет? Нету. Крыс поедим.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Ну да, спора нет. Вопрос. Я, кажется, понял. Ну да, мы тут были как-то раз. Так, нам туда, да, получается? Правильно, да. Ты. Мимо. Блин. Падла. Сожру же. Сказал же. Ушатаю дураков. Лезут, все лезут. Ну, зашибись. А как мне туда попасть? Вот вещи лежат, которые мне надо. А я не могу туда попасть. Закрытый район. Может, по квесту? Да, как бы тоже. И ни хрена. Чё за бред?
I cannot enter.
Кто? Где? Ты что ли? Непонятно. Интересно. Ну я понял, что это за место, но... А толку-то от этого? Что поменяется-то? Ух ты. Да, добей этого священника нахрен. Но опять это не туда, я бегу. То, что я опыт получил, конечно, замечательно. Блин, это огнеметчик. штуку. Давай, снова жахнем.
Want some of this? Bloody monster! Killing's all you deserve. I'll send you to hell.
Ладно.
All of you bloody leeches.
Угу. Так. Так. Может, через это получится пройти? Бегающий. Вот же ж, блин. Ну ладно. Повезло. Так, что тут? Ага, тут трупак. Ага. Подстава, да? Засада? Слушай, ну быстрее умирают они. Так, блин, я еще в другую сторону иду. Тут закрыто. Ну и как пройти, кто скажет? Что за бред? Вот мне надо вон вот туда. Вот в то здание. Порт. Закрыто. Зашибенно. А как попасть-то туда? Так, херси. Так, где? Где тут хата? Пойдем, поспим. Так, 2400 у нас. Опыт там. Я вот что-то хотел из этого. Блин, ай-яй-яй. Фу. Я думаю, день сейчас наступит новый. Так, информация. Так. Итак, так, заставляет кровь кипеть. В процессе вампир восстанавливает здоровье и поглощает часть крови. Через несколько секунд тут подпускает жертву, оставляя внутри нее взрывоопасные кровяные клетки. Эти клетки воздействуют на носителя, пока не взорвутся. Взрыв не затрагивает всех живых существ рядом с жертвой. Так, ага, ну то есть я могу по факту от него же и отлететь, если рядом буду находиться. Угу, офигенно. Это у нас кровь... Так, это у нас магия крови. Так. Это магия тьмы. Тьмы, так, или тени, как она там. Вампир затачивает и призывает первозданную тьму. Боясь тени охватывает выбранную вампиром жертву и заставляет с ней... забавляет с ней как с игрушкой. Еще и на меня будет воздействовать. Офигенно. Ну и нахер мне это надо, Казя-Баян. Блин. Ну все равно, это надо что-то взять. Похрен, берем это. Тысячи уже не хватает. $800. Почему бы и нет? 300. Так, там вылечились. Ну да, здоровы, здоровы, все здоровы, все папки. Блин, ну хоть стабильно. Это... это порт. Мы еще тут раз, два, три, 4, 5, 6 не нашли. Здорово все, смотри-ка. Простуда. Вот ты сволочь. Простуда. Торговцы изменились. Ну, по крайней мере, хотя бы тяжелая, а не критическая. Там вообще опупенчик полный. Простуда. Как гипноз скачать? Стабильная. Хер знает где это, но стабильная. Ладно. Да идите вы в пень, вы что все откатываетесь так, а? Так, у меня мысли пройти вот так, и вот как-то вот сюда. Поэтому нам надо... Блять.
It's on to us. See them fancy clothes? This one's a top.
Ой-ой-ой-ой, вот сражайся. Да. О, файт. На нахер, давай, да, правильно. А я вот так вот помогу вам. Бамц. Блин, мне кажется, они только сильнее становятся. Умри. Так, а вам спасибо за все. Так, да. Я вот туда и хотел пойти. Так, здесь есть возможность как-то обойти, пройти. Закрыто. Фига. Вот вот здесь открыто. Вот вот здесь открыто. А сильно мне это ни хрена не помогло. Кстати говоря, может и поможет. Ну, пойдем. Смысл закоулка. Так, портануться я-то не могу. Пойдем по берегу. Хрен ты с вами. Так, мне проще, наверное, с этими. Вот гребаная камера. Ну, спрыгни. Либо я приду. Пам-пам-пам-пам-пам. Так, ага. Та-та-там, там-та-там. Я же знал, что где-то тут что-то есть. Привет. Я свой. Относительно. Кстати, у меня ульта откатилась. Я предлагаю испытать на священнике. А ибо нехрен, как говорится. Сейчас мы сюда пройдем. Наверное, правильно. Так, пойдем. Испытаем ульту. Где ты, падла? О! На нахер! И? Умрешь? Смотри, что-то колбасит его там.
I order you to step back. He's been bitten.
Ну, что-то как-то не впечатлило. Ну, падла, он, кстати, меня даже невидимо видит. И все. Так, это что такое? Какой-то дом. Что за дом? Большой дом. С баром. С кровищей. Бабки. А, я понял. Ну, мы деньги-то заберем. Что им лежать-то? Ага. Смотри-ка, а? Кого-то нашли. Пойдем посмотрим, что ему надо. Один. Я тебя, чувак, все заберу, ладно? Без обид. Тут двери открытая.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss.
Salam alaikum.
I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor.
Сейчас, один момент. Что это там плохо слышно-то?
В смысле плохо слышно?
Не знаю.
Не знаю,
О,
не знаю.
сейчас получше.
You are a doctor, yes?
Так, какая-то бабулька, которая не знает ни хрена об эпидемии. Давай побазарим, давай.
So, Dr. Tickets, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
Не надо
My
пока.
name is Jonathan Reid. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh no, I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Who are the more...
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case...
Да, вот это может быть. Как в этом-то фильм Вальхессинг-то... Ай, бля, с Хью Джекманом-то. Где она там говорила, типа... С выдержкой, выдержка.
Is anyone taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. I would never say that to him, of course.
Ты что там делаешь, да?
Я в эту хрень играю, ну типа Геншин, которая.
I'm looking for a Sean Hampton. Do you know where I might find him?
Sean Hampton, you say? Oh, the name does seem vaguely familiar, but alas, I cannot recall from where.
Ну да, типа в фильме это имелось в виду. Посмотри, там где-то, когда в деревне она-то... Они встречаются, там 3 вампирши и он.
Goodbye.
So,
Головная боль.
Do you require...
I'm glad you asked, Doctor.
I'll try my best.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye, Miss...
I know it'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really...
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton.
He's a caretaker for the poor, is he not?
Something like that, yes.
Sorry, I don't know where he is.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the wet boot boys like so
Да,
many others?
присоединяйся.
No
Будешь
thanks.
мертвым.
I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
Tell me about this crazy woman.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack. Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name
то
for
он, да,
myself, and I'll
конечно.
do it by myself.
Слышу, там это вроде бы собирается выходить Skull and Bones.
Это что за хрень?
Ну, это... Девишка только на кораблях. Привет, Саша.
Ничего не понял.
Ну, помнишь, это ты трейлер там скидывал, там, игровой, где там на кораблях пиратишь-то. Только сетевое. С хорошей графикой, вот это все.
Блять, какая девишка?
Ну, Дивизион, помнишь, игра-то была?
Ну,
Ну, только то же самое, только почти на кораблях, грубо говоря. Ты корабль строишь, команду нанимаешь, воюешь там, грабишь, бухаешь.
ну хрен, надо смотреть.
А чё такое Гэри? Ну ты вбей там в ютубе черепа и кости. Игра.
Show me what...
Давай возьмем.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
Good evening, Miss Gillingham.
Of course.
Так, ладно, Илюха, пойду в свой этот,
Давай.
Dr. Tippett.
в свою гильдию.
Ничего, да.
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
Кстати, что там с Конаном-то?
Они пишут, что типа там грядет какие изменения.
Понятно.
Ну там, я тебе говорю, там будет теперь у рабов новая фишка, типа, типа уважения к тебе. Вот, навык. Если ты его прокачиваешь, у них урон
I know I've got
повышается.
something that'll strike your fancy.
Ну, заебись.
То есть, я так понимаю, не будет, типа, вот этих берсеркеров кучу делаешь и всех ушатываешь. Теперь там они, по-моему, тогда все порезали.
Ну, хуёво, берсерк охуенный, блядь.
Ну,
прикольный.
почему? Там, наверное, новые вещи появятся тоже. Ты и сам мощным становишься, ты не забывай, у тебя же магия появляется там, типа.
Да нахуй там магия нужна, блядь. Ясненько, ладно, все, давай, Люк.
Please, sir,
Пойду,
come and have a get.
своим зайду.
Давай. Ничем не болеет. Так. Еще трое остались. Опять какая-то метка поставилась. Ну где ты? Вот как ты ставишься там, а? Когда я вообще здесь нахожусь. Что за порядки? Ага. Это ты где там? Ни хрена себе. А чё туда входит? Да чтоб вас скоты с этими метками-то, а? А чё туда в этот мод входит-то? А, ну я по факту рынок какой-то нашел, да? А, ну я понял. Прикольно, печка на улице, да? Ну я бы ничего, конечно, не имел бы в виду против. Ну все, наконец-то дверь открыл. А, их еще развесить надо. Ни хрена себе.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything?
А, это этот придурок. Охотник.
Goodbye.
А, ну я его просто сжег, да?
Good evening, Mr.
Doctor,
I'm afraid your posters were destroyed.
it cost me good money to print those posters. Such a pity people don't take the vampire menace seriously.
Did you really think the posters would be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Sean Hampton's shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
Угу, и походу все дохлые там, да?
Goodbye.
Так. Ага.
What have we here? Lost your horse, Governor?
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
А он здесь типа госпиталь, да, тоже организовал. Интересно. Трупов нигде нету. Он еще и живой. Прибухивает.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Rид. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
Прикинь.
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You can't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
Нормально, бабенцы.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right, okay. No need to get all worked up.
If you have something to say...
Oh. You want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You speak of
Профсоюз какой-то.
class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide.
Зато что это не хочет работать.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night.
Ну так ее за пьянство и нахрен выкинули.
The money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
Do you need medical help?
No, thank you.
I'm looking for Sean.
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, I'll leave you for now.
Это да.
Come now. Much work to do.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Rид. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Что, дочка, что ли?
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
То есть та баба это ее сестра, ни хрена
What can you
себе.
tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
You really think I?
No, I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
I'm
Окей.
looking for Sean Hampton.
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages.
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton...
Goodbye.
Так, что, мы всех открыли, идиотов в этом районе? А, нет. А, ну его найти, наверное, надо. Так, эти две сестры.
Hope Giselle will pull through.
Давай мы сначала везде все пробежимся. Ну тут походу нету ничего, да?
Much work to do.
Относительно ничего нету. О, колье какое-то нашел.
Make everything right, Mum.
Ну ладно. А, так он вампир тоже.
Why the long face, Doctor?
It looks like we both have changed a lot. I must confess, it saddens me, Sean.
Put your faith in the Lord, Doctor. He has a plan for all of us. We may not always see it, but he does.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me
Или
where I
схомячить,
need
да,
you.
всех?
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you?
А, скаль.
A vampire doctor. Meals laid out before you. Yet you were the strain.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
Нормально.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I surrender myself to your judgment.
Окей. Пойдем посмотрим. Вот я даже... Так, в больнице, там что-то происходит. А нам туда. Так, давай тут еще побегаем. Что тут такое? А, ну это хата, походу. Чья-то. Блин. Мне туда надо. А, ну я понял, обошел. Охренеть у вас. Мать твою, иди нахрен. Ёптумпона, городской, городовой. Да грёбаная камера. Да чтоб тебя. Еще и кровь не забавляет. Отдай кровь свою. Найдите вход в канализацию. Вот это? Та-та-та.
That doesn't work.
Так, давайте без головоломок в этой игре.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
That doesn't work.
That gate should shut properly now.
That doesn't work.
И в чем прикол? А. Окей. Кто-то крутой. Распортанулся.
It's locked, all right.
Умнейшее решение. О! Какие люди. Палач. Это какой-то хрень.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity.
Да ладно. А ни хрена себе. О! Ну, что-то он... О, как ни хрена себе можно было. Ну, что-то он больно бьет. Ни хрена себе. Разошелся. На тебе блок сломал. Отдай кровь.
Found your death in me.
Да.
Foolish Ekon. And thine shall be a fair score.
Фу-фу-фу. Брейк.
Your blood is now mine. I shall crush you. Down, stay down. Return to your apothecary and needles. Slow as a snail.
На нахер. Наверное, сейчас пощадим, скорее всего. Нет, умер. Бедный чувак, бедный. Взял и умер.
It's locked.
At least one skull escaped Fergal's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far.
Так, а туда что за телепорт был тогда?
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
кружочек сделал, да? Небольшой я.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst.
Ни хрена себе тут у них.
This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Rid. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Che.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scowl.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire Society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
The guard of Prewan is hunting him. He is suspected of murder.
The Scars have always been hunted by humans and vampires alike. I teach them how to survive against the odds.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master. Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Я думаю, деньги вам нахрен не нужны, ребята, теперь.
Old Bridget allowed me to wander above some years back. It was unpleasant.
Аскалон. Аскалон.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
Ну, ну так-то, да, по-моему, даже где-то и есть эта фигня. В каком-то фильме. Или и не в одном.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the...
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Что-то Саша забежал и убежал.
Your room. The blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with...
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin.
Грехопадение
The coward
святого.
still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
No, I'm not, Harriet. I've no taste for revenge, nor do I enjoy the suffering of others.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness. Quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
Разборки.
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be...
We ask but one thing.
Подумаем.
Why do you live here?
Live!
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city?
We are the sewer skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far...
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark
Интересно, а что
wine
будет,
that we
если они его
crave.
выпьют?
For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank...
А, ну я, в принципе, догадываюсь, где мы. Барная стойка, серьезно?
It's locked, all right.
Чё за бред? Ну, стрелка. А. Мы прям, по-моему, в убежище сейчас и вылезем. Прямо внизу. Vampyr. Ну да. Ну, сволочь нас как загонял-то он, а? Могли просто спуститься и уже тут. Ну да ладно.
It's locked.
Священники всякие тут. Трупы.
It's locked.
Ладно, погнали.
Welcome back, Dr. Reid. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers.
Да.
Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reid, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reid, one and all, and he's determined to save us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skal now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Да.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
Да, диалогов немало.
She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skals, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Так, так.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same. In death, I mean.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Да. По факту мы его вампиром сделаем. Если мы, по-моему, свою же кровь дадим. Как она говорила, это бабенца там богатая. Потому что снова вампира создавать, ну, хрен его знает. Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла. Минус 500 опыта еще добавок. Ушатаем. И хрен знает, как это повлияет вообще на этот район. Если он как бы попутно еще и защищает. Да, па-па-па-пам-па-пам. Да, ради интереса. Пускай. Пощадить.
I believe you, Sean. In fact, I envy the peace you found.
Если что, ушатаем, я думаю.
There is love and compassion in your heart. You only need to give it wings.
Thank you for your kind words, Sean. Continue your noble efforts. You are a good man in bad times.
Keep to the light, my friend. Like all my flock, you have a home here. Anytime you're in the neighborhood.
Вот как он повышается за счет выбора вот этого. Ну ладно. Опять точка поставилась. Диалоги исчезли, блин. Я понял, значит, надо было туда сначала сбегать, потом сюда опять бежать. Ну и хрен ты с ними.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there."
Так. У нас вообще-то тут задание. Назад, да, туда. Ну да, ради интереса выполним. Все равно опыт нам нужен. Да, мать вашу за ногу, а. Да шваль! Иди нафиг со своим вот этим сиянием.
Over there! There's one of them!
Ибо нехрен.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
Take its head!
Giselle's stolen money. Everyone has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Пойдем отдадим деньги. Но по факту особо сильно они не нужны. Так, я что-то попутал, да? Да, гребаный бабай, а куда топать-то? Да, и гребаный лабиринт, а. Так, я шел здесь внизу. Сейчас вспомним. Вот, убил 10 мудаков. О, блин, я просто опять не добежал.
Glad to see.
Did you see what?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No. I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Goodbye, Miss.
You again? What do you...
Did you see...
No, I didn't.
Really?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask.
I've identified the men.
I knew it!
Yes, here it is. They...
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough.
Will you give the money back to your comrades, then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Chip.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the wet boot boys and members of the trade union.
А, это тот придурок убил, видимо.
That's a first.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
Why does that...
I wish I had found the time and words to tell...
Well, I'll... Good evening, Mr. Throg.
Dr. Reed.
Did you see...
Actually, yes. He was
Why is it that you sound...
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit...
Who?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Goodbye.
Так, нам бы в больницу вернуться. Поколдовать там всякой хренью. Да чтоб вас за ногу, а.
Leech spotted! Watch out, boys!
Так, тут еще, кстати, ожерелье придурка надо найти каким-то образом. Я еще ни хрена не понимаю, как этот квест сделать. Слушай, ну я какую-то ожерелку нашел, может подойдет.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening.
А, это не тот.
So long.
Это неудачник, грубо говоря, который... Ну где тебя мудака искать, а, старпера? Так. Это найти надо. Значит, нам еще кто-то неизвестный, да? А нам нужно найти вот этого вот придурка. Фишборна. И ну и где он?
Good evening, Miss.
Hello again.
Tell me. Goodbye.
Pleasure,
Or
sir.
let me laugh.
Been a while since we've seen any news.
You again.
Ничего нету, да? Я думаю, откроется
Goodbye,
диалог.
Mr. Digby.
О, нашел.
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Нет?
Goodbye, Miss.
Нет, так и нет. Я не понимаю, где это искать драгоценность его. Где этот мудак мог пофигачить. А, не, вот диалоги остались. Нам в больничку надо вернуться. Так, тут что у нас осталось-то? Вот это осталось и... Вот это осталось. Вообще хрен знает, куда топать. А, ну я понял. Блин, ну ладно. Или вернуться, или не вернуться. Па-па-пам. Давай, наверное, попробуем вернуться. Я, кажется, понял, где его искать. Да идите нахрен. Да вот чтоб вас, а? Тут запить его нахрен. А, ну зашибись, мы тут и рядом в итоге оказались. Да, погнали. Если получится. Я так понимаю, если мы этого священника ушатали, вы, наверное, ключик бы взяли. Так, человек среди скалей, да, походу? И, вот он.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Rodney, you're the man who killed that gang member, are you not? Is that why you are hiding in this godforsaken place?
Yes, I did. I did not even know his name.
Then why did you kill him?
That arsehole always mocked me for the color of my skin. Usually I let it go. But not that night. We fought. He died.
Whatever you've done, you can't spend the rest of your life hiding here.
I just wanted to teach him a lesson. Not kill him. I'm not responsible for a murder if I didn't want to commit it. It was an accident.
Believe me, Rodney, you won't survive here long. No matter what you did, you must go back to where you used to live.
I'll go back to the docks then. But if I die, remember that the blood of Rodney Grader will be on your hands.
Да, вообще пофигу. Вали отсюда. Вот и все, мы красавчики. А-на-ны-на-ны, на-на-ны. Опять какая-то метка стоит где-то. Так, ладно. Нам осталось, конечно, ожерелку найти каким-то образом. Драгоценности, короче, какие-то. А как это сделать, я в душе не чаю. Я не понимаю, где она. В этой области. Так.
Stupid beast!
Так, все, уходим. Вот, ожерелье, какая драгоценность, я не знаю, как искать и где. Если честно, он бесит. Поэтому нахрен уходим отсюда. Тут лечить вроде бы некого. Так, нам в больницу надо попасть. Это понятно, но нам изначально надо в больничку. Так, здесь, по-моему, у кого-то головные боли. А, простуда. Ну-ка, иди сюда.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need...
Afraid so.
Throughout history...
You're working at the Pembroke Hospital?
Goodbye, Mr.
Так, и тут кто-то еще болеет, какая-то медсестра. Пипа Хокингс.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you need medical...
I'm afraid I've
Not a...
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Все, подлечили. Так, погнали к себе. За станок. А, там, по-моему, надо побазарить там, да? Сейчас мы все сделаем и потом побазарим. Так, могу что собрать, собрать, не собрать? Могу.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Так, что мы получим? Угу. Слушай, интересно, а как мне новые... Блин, а как мне, блин, лекарство-то найти? Подстава. Так, ладно, пойдем базарить. Раз новые диалоги открылись.
Jonathan, at last. I've been worried sick. Have you solved the case of our poor Sean Hampton?
Don't worry, Edgar. The reputation of Pembroke Hospital is secure. Sean Hampton was not the guilty party.
Is that true? Oh, good news. Good news indeed.
I found Harriet Jones. She's much the same old, embittered woman she was, only she's been made a skull. Her transformation did not go well.
Incredible. Well, why not bring her here? We could learn so much by studying her condition. It would be fascinating.
I doubt that. She can barely move. Perhaps we could learn more about the degeneration of skulls.
Perhaps. But she could also belong to a new species. We know so little of the laws that dictate vampire reproduction.
Were there any studies made by your order on the subject?
Not that I'm aware of. I will transmit your discovery to the Brotherhood's primate. He will be delighted.
Does the name Old Bridget ring any bells?
I've never heard of her. Why? A patient of ours? I must confess, I don't know them all.
No, it's just someone I recently met. A fascinating woman. I had thought that perhaps...
By the stole, Jonathan, you've met another vampire. I would appreciate an introduction, if that's the case.
What do you know of the Ascalon Club?
Not as much as I would like. There have always been rumors about a secret society of vampires, operating in the interests of the British Empire. Though I've never
Ну,
met
мы
a
и
member.
так палача ушатали, конечно. Ну, мелочи жизни.
I crossed paths with one. A terrifying creature going by the name of Fergal. He was sent by the Ascalon Club to exterminate the Scowls of the East End.
By the stole, Jonathan. If vampires are eliminating their own progeny, then dark times are upon us. Darker than I've ever witnessed.
Do you think Lady Ashbury would know of them?
Jonathan, our beloved lady is not one for social dalliances, nor the assemblies of...
A pleasure.
Так, теперь надо с этой бабенцей, да, поговорить. Ой, не туда. Где она? Я, на улице сидела где-то.
It is good to see you again, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm better than one might expect, Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea has asked me to investigate the recent disturbances in the hospital caused by Scowls.
Really? What do you mean?
I discovered the most intriguing Scowl. An elderly woman answering to the name of Old Bridget, and a man who helps them remain hidden in London.
Old Bridget? Peculiar name, I've never heard of her.
According to Old Bridget, Scowls can lead a peaceful existence like us. They are even able to nourish themselves by feeding on corpses and the flesh of the dead.
How vile. Please, Jonathan, let's change the subject.
Scowls of London have gone into hiding. Both mortals and immortals plot their extermination.
Yes. Scowls are the orphans of the Vampire Society. They are the shame of their genitors. A disgrace to the vampire that created them.
There is something ominous closing around me, Lady Ashbury. Something spies upon me from the shadows. Something cruel and wicked.
Whatever do you mean, Jonathan?
If Sean Hampton and Harriet were not the guilty parties, then who? I saw the bodies and the blood.
Your rebirth has not gone unnoticed, Jonathan. Be extremely careful. If you get in the way of an immortal's plans...
Уже поздняк.
Do you suspect someone?
I don't know, Jonathan. I steer clear of vampire politics, especially whilst hunters roam the city's streets.
Goodbye for now, my lady.
Так, нам, кстати говоря, надо старика загипнотизировать, чтобы он нас...
I met him in New York once.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more
Чтобы
determination.
он нас впустил. Пойдем до кладбища добежим. Хотя вряд ли, конечно, мы его вылечим, но все же. Ну, вообще-то, раньше тут не было такого. А чё нахрен поменялось? Мне кажется, тут трупаков больше стало. Здесь никакой тут босяра сейчас не появится. Не? И хорошо. Нахрен не сдался. Нет, нам надо как-то, по-моему, вниз. Сюда. Да, блядь, ну что за хрень? Да мразь, ну камера-то гребаная. Я же блок поставил, ну.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in. Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour? It's locked.
So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Rid. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reed? The eminent surgeon? My God. I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I don't know who she is.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reid. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
Ну, сволочи. Мы и так это, в принципе, могли понять.
Goodbye, Mr.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
Так, это кто? А, это батя. У нас нету лечения вот этой неврологии. Это понятно. И гребаное ожерелье не найти. Па-па-па-па-пам. Пам. Да. Вообще-то можно к ней прийти. Попробовать с ней побазарить. Более так, я ж чуть не обделался. Кричит, блин, а? Все, ты здоровый, иди нахрен. До торгашки добежим. Так. Да, сюда. Вот она.
Good evening.
You look ill.
I have no doubt.
Well,
thank you.
Loretta, your miraculous form.
The Swanborough's cordial secret ingredient is hope, Doctor. And it's something people around here really need.
A placebo effect is real and has benefit. But in your case, you could be murdering your customers who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Medical attention? In Whitechapel? Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
If your true purpose was to help, you wouldn't take money from the poor for your snake oil.
Oh, but to pay for it is part of the process, Doctor. If it were free, they wouldn't believe in it.
I'd like to see...
Ну-ка, стоп.
Good evening.
I'd like to see...
А, я только так могу, да, продать?
When science fails you,
Па-па-па-па-па. Ну, ладненько. Так. Ну, можно попробовать тут пробежать, туда жик. Если, конечно, получится. Либо через порт, либо так. Ну, давай попробуем пробежать. Получится, нет?
I cannot enter.
Не получится. Ладно, я предлагаю тогда сейчас до больницы добежать и уже потом обмозговать, так сказать, дальше действия.
its effectiveness has been proven by me.
Good evening.
晚上好, Dr. Rид.
How do you feel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the...
I've no doubt.
To be completely...
Do you still think?
Of course I do.
I know what you mean.
Maybe death will take...
Why don't you...
I thought about it, I confess.
Why stay...
I am a woman.
What?
I've decided to help the poor.
That's very charitable.
I've noticed that the most desperate...
Giving out...
I am a rich widow,
Goodbye.
Okay. И в чем смысл? Непонятно, ладно.
It's one of them! We will crush this beast! Over there! There's one of them vermin! A leech! A leech!
Мимо, 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 мимо. Нахрен с вами драться, себе дороже. Ну, как бы так вот, да. Ну что ж, я предлагаю, когда уже на сегодня завершить прохождение вампира. Вот, а завтра подумаем, что дальше проходить и играть. Так что, ладненько, на сегодня все. Всем спасибо, кто смотрел и будет смотреть. Всем до следующей серии. Всем пока.